All right, for number 11, this guy wants us to graph this function by hand, include two consecutive asymptotes, and then the vertical asymptotes and all that good stuff. Okay, so you start by figuring out where two consecutive asymptotes for this function live. And we do that by starting with negative pi over 2 is less than the thing that we have, which is less than pi over 2. Now, why are we using these two? Because we've already learned and studied that the original tangent function has two consecutive asymptotes between pi over 2 and negative pi over 2 and positive pi over 2, being symmetric right around that origin there. So we're going to take the normal and apply it to the argument that we have. So divide by 2, solve for x. So I'm going to get negative pi over 4 less than x less than pi over 4. So that right there is your first step, okay? So I'm going to call this my vertical asymptote on the left, and that's going to be at negative pi over 4. And then I'm going to call this one my vertical asymptote on the right and call that regular pi over 4. Amplitude is just 1, so I'm just going to call that 1 and call that negative 1. So then all I have to do is figure out what's halfway between 0 and pi over 4, and that would be pi over 8. And then same thing over here, negative pi over 8. So I know that at pi over 8, 1, that has to be a guaranteed point on this graph. 0, 0 is on this graph, and then negative pi over 8 and negative 1 is on this graph. And then you do your darndest to draw a graph that looks something like that. All right, there you go.